trouble.
Yeah.
You're in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was not ready.
Hey, it's playground. You better be ready. You better be ready.
I was doing my sock,
It
man.
don't matter.
Okay.
1-0.
Okay.
1-0.
Okay. I'm gonna get.
Wait, shoot.
Wait a minute.
Ooh.
I was just bending down.
Ooh.
I was bending down.
You know
can't
what?
take a man to the hole when he's bending down. See, that time I really wasn't
look,
ready.
It's just like your slogan. You better start getting busy.
Oh, it's like
You know,
that?
like
Okay.
when you do
can
this.
I check the?
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you still miss.
Hey. I'm a talk show host.
Yeah.
You know, when you first announced that you had tested HIV positive, a lot of people probably thought you couldn't play ball anymore.
Check this out.
But I'm here to tell you he can. Man can rock.
But there's a lot of misconceptions about HIV and AIDS. A lot of people really don't know the difference.
Hello, this is Pauly Shore here to tell you what AIDS is. You guys know what AIDS is? AIDS is a disease. You can get it through sex, sharing a needle too. You can't get it from a toilet seat, I know that. Wait, let me think. Dude, actually, I'm really kind of clueless about what it is. And are you guys kind of clueless too? Okay, cool. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go ask people out there, because I'm not quite sure. Maybe you other people know what it is. All that stuff that you just heard me say doesn't really make sense. So I'm gonna go get some help, okay? Help! Help! Do you know what AIDS is?
I know that it's a virus.
It's immune, rate.
Well, I know it's a disease that attacks the immune system.
Efficiency.
Okay. Disease system, right?
Where'd she go? Oh, wait, come here. Wait, come back.
A disease that affects your immune system.
It's a sexually transmitted disease, and you can get it from someone that has AIDS through sex, unprotected sex.
We got her cornered somewhere. do you know, have you heard of AIDS before? Can you get it sitting on a toilet seat or something like that?
No.
And what about like saliva if you kiss someone?
No.
Okay, can I have a kiss? Oh, sorry. I actually didn't think that most people would know what it is, but most people are kind of on top of it, which is actually surprising. Are you guys on top of it? Do you know what it is? Be very aware of what it is.
Okay, help me break it down. Now, what's the difference in HIV and AIDS? I know AIDS stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. It's a name given to certain groups of illnesses that are all related to the HIV infection. Now, HIV stands for the Human Immunodeficiency Virus, right?
Right. Okay. They're big words, but they're easy to understand. HIV enters the bloodstream through direct contact with infected bodily fluids, mainly blood, semen, vaginal fluids. The virus causes the body's immune system, which ordinarily fights off diseases and infections, to break down, which can lead to AIDS.
AIDS is the sixth leading cause of death among 15 to 24-year-olds in this country. Unprotected sex is a dangerous game. Think about it.
Did you roll it?
Yep.
Contents under pressure, I just might blow. Contents under pressure, I just might blow. Contents under pressure, I just might blow. I'm not ready for the wild thing. Staring in the mirror, and what do I see? Drops and drops of sweat pouring down on me. The pressure. Leave the school think I'm kinda screwy, cause I passed up on the school doorknob. Something about rejection, it really turns her on. And Judy is like Hawkins, but she won't leave me alone. My buddy said,
Yo, Jaleel, we gon' bust it out, dude.
cause making it with Judy gives you clown. But Jay's not a jerk, even though she is a teaser. I'm not about to treat a female like a skeezer. If I step to her and do her, they will all stop the teaser. But principles be more than straight up skeezer. Contents under pressure, I just might blow. Contents under pressure, I just might blow. Contents under pressure, I just might blow. I'm not ready for the wild thing. Contents under pressure, I just might blow. Contents under pressure, I just might blow. Contents under pressure, I just might blow. I'm not ready for the wild thing.
You know, I used to feel really frustrated because I would read all these horrible things about the disease. And I'd say, well, what can I do about HIV? What can any of us do? And then I realized we can do a lot just by talking about it to our friends, to our parents, to our teachers. I mean, this disease has been in the closet for way too long. Talking is the only way that we can make people wake up and face the truth. And when we're old enough, we can demand that our politicians talk about it, or they don't get our votes.
So you talk to young people all the time, man, but this is my fear. Are they listening to you? Do they hear you?
I'm definitely encouraged, Arsenio, because, you know, most people are scared to really talk about AIDS. And that's what's keeping the ignorance alive. We have to continue to educate our youth.
I think that we think instead of Ohio, it doesn't seem like AIDS could really hurt us. It seems like it's more of like a Hollywood type thing and celebrities. And we don't really think it hits home in Ohio. I mean, we think we're protected and everything.
Because Centerville's kind of like a bubble, like what we live in right now. I mean, it's so, everyone is so protected and everything. There's not really, so no one takes risks here.
You can't say, I'm in a plastic bubble. No one is in a plastic bubble. You walk, you eat, you breathe, you do everything that the next person does. You're not in a plastic bubble. I mean, HIV can get you. You can, as soon as you put your guard down, you can get got. As simple as that. I mean,
suppose there's somebody in the room who had HIV, they're not going to speak up after people say, well, it's a Hollywood or New York thing. That puts them more in a place where they feel more alone. They feel totally isolated.
One of my best friends is gay. She did not tell me for 3 years because she thought that I would just, you know, bye. And it came out last year that she was. And she was just, I mean, she was scorned by most of the entire school because of it. She was given a really hard time. And it doesn't bother me because I know her as a person, and it really hurt. What made me mad was that she didn't tell me, because she thought that even though I knew her very well, that I would just cast her aside.
I'm openly gay. Through our knowledge and through our education, we are beginning to decrease the number of cases in the gay community. So, you know, that's been my experience.
I'm an out lesbian, and I've been out since I was 14. And everybody, by the age, I've seen, since I was 16, I think I've seen 12 people die, and now I've seen 16 people die. Not only gay, not only lesbians, friends of mine who've lived the so-called straight life. They had their family and whatever, and then their husband tells them that they weren't accepted for being gay, and they finally out and they say, I'm gay, and they get a divorce, and the wife has the disease and dies. I've seen it 3 times happen. I mean, because of this denial thing.
There are only 3 ways that you can get HIV. The first is through unprotected sexual intercourse, by sharing needles or syringes or works that have the virus. The third way is around the time of birth, from a mother who has the virus to her baby. And that's it, just 3 ways. Unprotected sexual intercourse, sharing contaminated needles or syringes or works that have the virus, and through and around the time of birth.
What people should know is that you can be healthy, feel strong, look great. But if you've had unprotected sex in the last 10 years, the HIV virus could be in your body and you wouldn't even know it.
What about the embarrassment of talking about this subject, especially like when you're with your partner? I had a girl over at my house and I was like suggesting that I get a condom and everything, and she copped the attitude. She was like, oh, I'm nasty now? I'm nasty? Why you even bring me here if I'm nasty? And she copped the attitude and left, man.
Well, I don't feel bad for you, because you had to do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, whether it's talking about condoms or just deciding whether or not you're going to have sex, you know, we have to do it. We have to talk about it. We had to come up front.
But talking about it made me lose my date for the evening, man.
Oh, baby.
Hurry up, it's already started. Come on.
Oh, Rivers of Tears. I love this movie.
Yes, I like it too. Hope you didn't miss that much.
Hey, is that Rivers of Tears I hear? I thought I'd recognize the music. Yeah, you kids don't mind me. You know, I haven't seen this movie since, must have been about your age. I wonder if it still holds up.
It's smooth, with an air of delicateness. Not unlike you, my pet.
Reggie, you're so dangerous.
Hey, this movie doesn't hold up. Hey, you two in there. Over here. Hey.
I beg your pardon?
Daddy. Hey, what are you doing, man? I'm just getting her in the mood. Oh, yeah? And what does in the mood supposed to mean, huh, Reg?
You know, a little bit of drinking food so that, you know, then we could, you know.
Were you planning to use condoms?
A condom? What would I want a condom for? Man, this is top choice right here. This is not some back alley skeezer, okay?
Hold up, excuse me. You weren't gonna use a condom?
Well, no, baby. People like us don't need condoms. It wasn't in the script.
Everybody needs a condom. Don't you realize that 70% of the people out there with the AIDS virus got it from heterosexual sex?
Hey, let me correct you. That's 75%. And about 8 to 10 million people worldwide are infected.
Thank you. And you got the nerve to say you love me. You bring me up to this damp, dusty, funky house, try to get me drunk, have unprotected sex with me, and you claim you love me?
But, baby, I do.
Oh, kiss my ass, Scott.
Baby, I got condoms. I got plenty of condoms. I wear one all the time. I wear them to the store, to swimming, whatever you want. You see what you did, man? You just ruined what could have been a very happy ending.
Trust me, if you weren't planning on using a condom, this could have been a very unhappy ending.
I can't take this anymore. I'm out of here. Thank you.
Oh, yeah? While you're out, get some condoms, fool. Go to Thrifty's. They got a sale. And get the expensive kind. Would you get the latex? Stay away from the lambskin. And it wouldn't hurt if you got some spermicide. All right? Get Naloxone 9. That's the best. I don't like this show. Let's see what else is on.
There's Jimmy hat,
raincoat,
rubbers. Mr. Happy's helmet, space suit for the littlest astronaut, and of course a local term, zip lock your Dodger dog.
You're not the little astronaut, are you?
Come on, Irv.
No, I'm just checking.
And why you dog me like that?
No, I didn't mean to. But man, no matter what you call them, the most important point is to use them.
Yo, hey, you and your woman. All right, walk on by. You'll be taking that test soon. Yo, check this out. We have got to talk. Man, the condom. If you don't know by now, and I don't know why you wouldn't know, because it's in the papers, it's on TV, it's everywhere, this AIDS business is serious, and it's not going away. They have not found a cure yet. That's right, they haven't found a cure yet. The NBA will probably be all white before they find a cure. So why aren't more of you buying me, you know? Is it because, oh, you're special, huh? You don't need me. Well, if you've been watching this video and you still feel that way, you have taken stupid to a whole new level. I mean, some of y'all guys out there have got some whacked out ideas about condoms. Standing around there, I don't need no Jimmy hat. I can't be intimate with my lady. Or, I don't have AIDS. That's why I don't buy a condom. Hey, that's why you're buying me, stupid. Fellas, the women have gotten hip to y'all. I hear them talking in the aisles, and they're talking about you like dogs. You know what they're saying? No love without the glove. And women are not ashamed to buy me. They buy me in bulk, and they pay cash. Please, get up right now. Stand up, men. Come down. Hundreds of you, get in a car together. Drive down and ask for me. Latex condom. Call me condom, call me latex. Just get there. And don't fall for this imitation lambskin fool over here, right? That's like drinking out of a glass of water with a hole in the bottom. It ain't gonna work, baby. It's like Tiny Spud Webb trying to post up on Michael Jordan. Ain't gonna happen. Give me an L. Give me an A. Give me a T. Give me an E. Give me an X. What's that spell? Latex. That's right, baby, and nothing else. And I also come with spermicide. But hey, some don't. If they don't, you can get your own. Naloxone 9 is my personal favorite because it makes me feel fresh all over. And I know what some of you are thinking, how do you put me on? Well, as you can see, I don't have any arms, so I can't show you. You're gonna have to do some things on your own. Read the package. And you know what? I'm cheap too, so don't say you can't afford me. You can get 3 for $5. $5. Where else you gonna get a deal like that? Buy me, and don't leave home without me. Because if you do, hey, it's your funeral. Got that? Good, I'm gone. Oh, there go another sucker. They'll be back.
This is a lubricated condom. It has Naloxone 9 in it, which is a spermicide, which weakens the HIV virus and other STDs.
What's STD?
The STD stands for sexually transmitted disease. Like syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia.
Right. There you go.
Okay. This is an erect penis. You can only place a condom on an erect penis. This is the way that you use a condom. First, you check for the expiration date.
Like milk.
Right. This condom says 1294. You want to keep these in a room temperature place so that they do not dry out. First thing you do is you push down the condom from the top, and then you open it.
Good think.
Now, if you have long nails, make sure your nails do not get caught up in the condom so that it rips. You take the condom out. The tip of it, this is called a reservoir tip. You leave it so that when the male ejaculates or comes, the semen will come into the tip. First thing you do, have your erect penis, and you place it on the penis and you roll it down, making sure there's no air in it so that it won't pop. After the male comes or ejaculates, you immediately remove the condom, holding it by the base so that nothing comes out. You take it out, away from the vagina, the mouth, or the anus. You pull it off, and you tie it, because if you throw it into the toilet, the semen that is in can come out and contaminate whatever's in there. You tie a knot in it, you usually put it in a paper bag, throw it in the garbage, and that's it.
Preach on.
What gets me the most about people is their ignorance. Hey, I'm safe, I can't get the virus. I'm not that way. Well, check this out. According to the World Health Organization, heterosexual sex has caused the infection of 75% of people with the AIDS virus worldwide. Still feel safe?
You know, a lot of people still think that it only affects gays and drug users. What were your thoughts before it all happened to you?
That's what I thought too, that, you know, it only affects gays and drug users. But, you know, it really doesn't matter whether you're gay, straight, bi, whatever. I'm living proof, brother, that it can happen to anyone.
My name is Glenn. I'm a nice Jewish boy from Youngstown, Ohio, the youngest of 8 kids. Youngstown's a medium-sized steel town, very sort of cloistered away from big city life. At one point we had something like 13 cats and 2 dogs. Sometimes I'm faced with instant disappointment. I might have been waking up out of a great dream and all of a sudden I wake up and it's like, oh, wait a minute, you know, I have HIV.
My name is Jennifer Michelle and I'm 18 years old. I originally grew up until I was about 10 or 11 in South Central LA in a really rough neighborhood. And then eventually we moved out to Orange County and I lived with my mother until I was 15 and went to school and did most of the things that normal kids my age would have done. I learned that I was HIV positive through being placed in a group home through Department of Children's Services, and they give you a routine physical which includes some blood tests.
I was born in Brazil, and my parents moved to the States when I was like 8 years old. We moved to Jacksonville, Florida, and I was raised in Florida. I'm the oldest of 5 boys. I found out in September of 1990.
I was one of the middle children, so I did everything I was supposed to, and you know, my mom said I was very compliant until I turned 14. Then I discovered that I was popular, and so I had lots of friends, and we went to parties, and had lots of boyfriends. I started lying to my mom about where I was going, who I was with.
My name is Tanya Shaw, I'm 25, mother of 2 little girls.
When I first found out, I thought it was the worst thing that could ever have happened to me, and I spent the whole weekend crying and trying to sort it out and stuff. And I was real glad that I was with my lover at the time, who we both had tested together, and he tested negative and I tested positive, and he was very supportive. He didn't, you know, say, well, goodbye now because you're positive.
I was sitting in a room in the doctor's office, and I still didn't know what it was for. And then he just straight came out and told me, well, I have some really bad news for you. You're HIV positive. And at that time, I didn't even know what that meant. And then he told me that it's a virus and that it's lethal. And that was all the information that I was given at that time, and that it would turn into AIDS. But I didn't know what AIDS was.
You know what's almost as deadly as the HIV virus is the misinformation about it. Some people hear the word AIDS and they freak out. But a person who has or has been exposed to the HIV virus does not automatically have AIDS. And having the virus doesn't mean a person should schedule his or her own funeral. There are people with HIV who are walking around just like the rest of us, working, going to shopping malls, and then leading very productive lives. You don't have to be afraid to touch them, or to hug them, or to love them.
I found out I was HIV positive, and my daughter Megan was HIV positive in December of 1989. Why we were tested is sort of not something concrete, other than Megan was losing a lot of weight. I really thought I was negative, but I knew that I had, engaged in unprotected sex in high school. So the means of transmission was there.
For 2 years, I lived actually a nightmare because, it takes 18 months for a baby to develop their own immune system. So once I was told I was, HIV positive, and the symptoms, every time the 2-year-old sneezed or whistled or sweated, I'm like running to the emergency room because I'm thinking, okay, she has it.
Megan was 15 months old, and I was hysterical because I found out, at the same time that she was infected. And I fell apart because of her, because, I just kept saying, my baby, over and over again.
They've seen the best doctors. He says she's in perfectly good health. She's developed her own immune system. The 7-year-old, she's in good health. So I'm grateful.
I'm constantly on pain pills. And, I can't play with my daughter. I can't take her to the park. If I take her to the park, I can sit there, but I can't push her on the swing or climb all over the jungle gym with her or anything like that. There's a 1 in 3 chance that your baby would be infected. Why is Megan infected? You just feel really unlucky. I take full responsibility for the choices I made when I was a teenager, and I don't blame the person who infected me. I was there too.
The doctors say if I don't take care of myself, I have less than a year. But that's the doctors. But Jesus is telling me different. I might make it to my daughter's 6th grade graduation.
Are people treating you differently now?
Well, there's some who treat me differently, but those are the ones who are uneducated. I'm still getting my high fives and hugs, brother.
Well, you look good.
I know I look good. Well, I'm supposed to look different now? One of the biggest lies out there, man, I'm talking about one of the biggest lies out there, is that you can tell by looking at a person if they're infected.
Yeah. See, some people expect a person who's HIV to look sick, but that's not always the case.
No. Because most people who are HIV positive are healthy and strong. I can still take you to the hole.
Well, let's go then.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't look like the stereotypical HIV positive person. The stereotype is gay, old, sick looking. It's not young. Being HIV positive does not necessarily mean your life is over. I need to take care of myself. By eating right, exercising, and all these things, I can maintain a healthy lifestyle and live long. I had given blood at high school, and the Red Cross basically sent back a letter saying I needed to be retested. And I did, and it came back positive. I was 18, and I was just like carefree, having a good old time, going to parties on weekends and partying with the women and, not caring about anything. Becoming HIV positive has definitely made me more responsible about my actions. I could start to see that, sitting around and doing nothing, smoking pot and drinking are going to get me nowhere. And I need to go out and I need to start to feel a little bit of self-esteem again. We met at the organization called PEP LA, that's Pure Education Program of Los Angeles. I share about it when I'm at this meeting, and she knew about it from the very start.
It didn't scare me off. It didn't affect my choice on whether I was going to start seeing him or not when it led to that. Because I know the facts. I go around and I teach teenagers and adults, anybody who will listen to me, whether they'll listen to me or not. I tell them, you can only get it if you put it specifically into your body through unprotected sex or sharing needles, and I don't do those things with Jason, those risky behaviors.
We have sex, it's protected, and a lot of people get really weird about it.
People ask me why I do it. People say, why go out with him? You know, why put yourself at risk? And I'm not. Why would I want to endanger my life? Why would I want to do something that would make me catch HIV? And I'm not doing anything that would make me catch it. Sure, a year ago I would have probably said that I'd never get involved with someone who's HIV positive, but then I met someone who's HIV positive and it didn't stop me. If people aren't supportive, then I'd appreciate it that they just keep it to themselves.
I was away for like 3 days and I was really messing around. It kind of gave me a little clue as to how much I really love her, and so I bought her a ring.
I was very happy, and I didn't hesitate at all. We have disagreements, but we work them out, we talk them out. We don't yell at each other or stomp out the door and hang up on each other and not talk to each other for days.
I think she'd prefer the term argue.
We debate.
We debate, okay, we debate. I think we fight. I have fears, I have a lot of fears, and I just choose not to get carried away with them. My biggest fear, you know, is dying of this virus, and it tears me up, you know, when I think about some of the people that I've known who have died of this virus. It's an ugly disease, and it's an ugly thing to go through.
In the beginning of our relationship, I did say all my fears about the future. You know, I just said, if anything happened to him, I'm the one who would be here dealing with the pain.
Nowadays, I do educate and I do teach kids how not to get HIV. I tell them, you know, I give them the facts, and I let them know that being HIV positive isn't the end of the world, and being HIV positive, you shouldn't fear anyone. You shouldn't fear anyone who is HIV positive.
Because of my work as spokesperson for Narconon International, I've learned a lot about IV drug users. Drug users who inject drugs into their veins account for 25% of the AIDS cases in the United States. Even the tiniest amount of infected blood left in a syringe or needle can contain HIV, the live AIDS virus. So share friendship, ideas, and thoughts. Don't share needles, and don't share HIV.
I read something that just blew my mind. About 140,000 people have died of AIDS in the U.S. alone, which is more than the death toll from the Vietnam War and the Persian Gulf combined. If you ask me, this country needs to put more money into a different kind of defense policy, and fast.
I remember when I was in high school, man, the hardest thing to contend with when it comes to sex is peer pressure.
I know. I remember I used to lie. Did you used to lie?
I used to lie, man.
Say I got some, I did this. You, same way. But see, the safest sex is no sex. And young people should feel it's okay to choose the option of waiting before they jump into having sex.
Yeah, as corny as it sounds, it's cool to wait.
Very cool, brother.
We need to promote abstinence also, because there are some people who would choose not to have sex, because the reality is that you can do it with the condom could break. There's also that chance, that risk that you have to take with your life. And I think that's something important. A one-night stand isn't worth your life.
I think that if you wait until you're married to have sex, then you're going to be the only one in the relationship waiting. Because most guys or men by the age of 18 are not virgins.
I think it's a lot more embarrassing for a guy to say that they practice abstinence, but the risk is there just equally for guys as it is for girls.
Well, personally, me, if after having sex you feel like guys aren't going to respect you, because if they hear about you or that you have, you know, and they think, well, let's see if we can get it from her.
I've always wanted to stay a virgin until the day I got married, but it didn't work out that way. I mean, I have to be honest, I do get tempted, but it's not worth it. It's a life and death situation, and I'm not willing to take that risk anymore.
Abstinence is definitely the best way, but I think people have to look at it logically that all people are not going to stop having sex. And the only way to solve a problem, I mean, like, you can't stop people from having sex. So you make it safer for people to have sex.
I've taken a lot of stuff for it, but that's what I want to do, and that's the surefire way that I want to go, and not put myself at risk of getting AIDS and so on. So that's the only way. I mean, people make fun of me and stuff like that, but in the long run, I'll probably be the one without AIDS.
It should be just about, you know, respecting people's different ways of being. You know, some people want to be abstinent, that's their choice. If people want to have sex, that's their choice, you know. And we should, like, start, you know, having more respect for this, the way people live their lives, and you know, giving them some support.
What are we gonna do? We have to cancel, man. Getting crazy. Cancel. We have to cancel.
Where the rappers at?
Yo, man, we lost everybody. No shows. MC Dingbat, no show. Ice Cream, no show. We got Mallet's background singers here, but no Mallet.
Mallet didn't show? I'll do the rap. Give me this. That's so funny. I'll do the rap.
No, I said, you the executive producer, you just produce.
No, man, no. I'm gonna do the. What you laughing at, man? I'm gonna do the rap. If you do it with me.
No.
Laugh at that. I'm going first. Get ready.
Y'all ready for this? Yo, Malcolm, get on deck. I'm gonna step to him first. See, I understand this. Let's get busy. School is now in session. A word from the wise to the simple. Sex. Now some of you just smile and show your dimples. Hush, hush, how you blush, cause the topic's kinda risky. Stop the chitter chat is what I say. In a rush to use it, thinking it'll make you the man. Don't be stupid, take time, make a plan. Think about the lover who you're giving all the bliss, and the past 10 lovers you're now sleeping with. Sex is a pleasure that you share with your sweetie. Play it smart, and if you haven't done it, don't start, cause the pressure. Slow down, don't make the wrong move. Remember, you ain't got nothing to prove. Come on. Let's stop and think. Sometimes the lust gets blind. Here we go. Don't quit shame, says we got one life to live. Come on. Temporary passion, there's so much more to give. Temporary passion, is it real? Temporary passion, yo, is it real? Temporary passion, is it real? Temporary passion, man. Work 'em, baby.
Free love or lust, either way it's not free. Nowadays you pay your price and your life is the fee. Super up troop, measure loop, scoop to scoop. You can still be flicking the fly without knocking a boot. But on the flip tip, you with your honey tip. You wanna stick the chip, but then it's too quick. You pout and shout, what's this thing all about? But now it's AIDS, you have to think about. Sex is for your hun, having fun one-on-one, play it smart. And if you haven't done it, don't stop because of pressure. Don't let you go straight, make the wrong move. Remember, you ain't got nothing to prove.
To move too fast, we got to take our time.
What up?
Stop and think. Sometimes the lust gets blind.
Here we go.
And no cliche says we got one life to live. Temporary passion, there's so much more to give.
Temporary passion, is it real? Temporary passion, is it real? Temporary passion, is it real? Temporary passion, is it real?
Sex is a pleasure that you share with your sweetie, playing smart. And if you haven't, don't start.
Because of pressure, don't let you go straight, make the wrong move. Remember, you ain't got nothing to prove.
You look too fast, we got to take our time.
Go.
Stop and think. Sometimes the lust gets blind.
Now keep it in your pants.
And no cliche says we got one life to live.
Come on.
Temporary passion, there's so much more to give.
I want you to live.
You look too fast, we got to take our time.
Kicking that knowledge, Mal.
When you're young, it's easy to think that HIV and AIDS are not your problem. But the truth is, it's everybody's problem.
If you're sexually active, you owe it to yourself and your partner to be responsible and know your HIV status.
If you test positive, there is medication available that can help strengthen your ability to fight the virus.
So be smart, be safer, and get tested.
You know, deciding to be tested for HIV can be real tough.
Real tough. You got that right. Everybody's not emotionally ready to hear those results, man, like I would. you know? It's important for young people to get counseling and maybe just take a friend along.
And don't forget parents, you know, because sometimes the best support system can be right in your own home.
I think that a lot of people, a lot of teens would rather be ignorant and not know if they have it or not, rather than to have to go out, get tested, be positive, and have to try to explain that to their parents.
It's a scary thought just to think maybe this is your life on the line here. Just maybe something could happen here or there where you could have gotten it, but that you really do not know about.
I haven't gotten tested because I'm scared. You know, I'm scared. And I feel right now, just talking about it, I could cry because it's true. I mean, you can get it from anybody, you know, but I mean, it's true. I want to know if I'm safe or not. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go this weekend because I'm not sure.
I've been tested and I found negative. I'm glad that I did it because it was something for me to know. It's something I had to know. I had to know what was going on with myself and my body because, you know, I did certain things. I made a couple of slippers that I know. I said, yo, I got to check myself. I got to see what's up with myself.
I've never been tested, and it's because I've slept with guys, and I don't know if I can handle it, if I should ever find out. But you know, I'm not in a relationship, and I don't plan to be in one. And I know that if I do get in a relationship, the first thing is we're gonna go test it together, and that's it, without a doubt.
I feel that if you love yourself, you know you'll get tested, because why go on living in the dark? Not knowing if you have it, not knowing if you could die at any time. At least if you go get tested, you'll know, well, okay, I don't have it.
No.
You know,
So you're saying I can't, just because I might get tested, I don't love myself?
I'm not saying that. Well, I'm talking about, you know, from my point of view. You know what I'm saying? I understand, you know, there's a lot of people that's scared to get tested. But as far as I feel, you should get tested.
I think people should realize that you need counseling before and after. It's a big, major decision, and you need the support to live with AIDS or HIV virus. And if you don't have that support, it's going to be very difficult for you. And you need the counseling. You need to talk to someone. You need to make that choice with someone who's trained to do that.
I've decided to get tested for a couple different reasons. I wouldn't describe myself as particularly promiscuous, but who's to say? I've been with enough girls to prompt getting tested. For a while, it's been pretty evident that it's not, you know, just a homosexual or drug user thing, but it really has, you know, really hit home.
The first time I was tested, it took a long time to get me to go, and I was very nervous about doing it. I kept having the feeling that if I did have some sort of disease that I didn't know about up front, then I almost didn't want to know about it.
There's some really good reasons that you might want to know if you have HIV. We have some very effective treatments and interventions that can make a huge difference in keeping people with HIV healthy. Another reason is to be able to tell one's sex partners that one has the virus. The first thing that happens when a young person decides to have an HIV test is that they are counseled. That means sitting down and talking to either a doctor, a nurse, or an HIV counselor about what the test means and what it doesn't mean and how long it will take to get the results, and all about what is HIV and what is AIDS, so that there's a real educational part before you just have your blood drawn. Then sometimes people like to think about it before they decide one way or the other. If a person decides to go ahead with the test, then a small amount of blood, usually 1 or 2 teaspoons, is drawn, and then it's sent off to a laboratory. Usually takes about 2 weeks for the results to come back.
It took me a hard time to go in to find the results out. The blocks walking there are like the longest blocks you've ever walked. And she finally told me the results, and they were negative. And I was relieved.
After I heard that I was negative, there were those feelings that came up where it was like, well, I've got a clean slate. I don't think I have anything to worry about. But if I took the responsibility to get tested, I might as well take the responsibility to protect myself and other people.
Yo, just because you and your partner test negative for HIV doesn't necessarily mean that either of you have not been infected. If you've been exposed, it can take your body up to 6 months to produce enough HIV antibodies to be detected by the tests. In other words, if it's been less than 6 months since either you or your partner were first tested, it's a good idea to get tested again.
Yo, man, we got to keep fighting this battle.
Yeah, everybody does. Man, with knowledge, there's no reason why another person had to be infected with this virus.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
When do I get my rematch?
Oh.